Hi, I'm Mike Bannon. I'm one of the athletic trainers for the Lehigh Valley Health Network. We're going to go over some home exercise programs for our student athletes to have access to in case they get injured and need to do stuff at home. All right, so this video, we're going to go over some shoulder range of motion and flexibility exercises. To start, we're going to go over the basics, which is called pendulums. So what you're going to do is you're going to go near either your sofa or your counter to hold on. You're going to bend and lean your body over. And you're going to do 3 different motions. You're going to do circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. Then you're going to do front to back, and you're going to go side to side. So to start, we'll do circles clockwise and counterclockwise. Get a little more swing. Good. So this is just going to help work on some minimal range of motion, as well as decrease some pain by separating that joint a little bit. Once you're done 30 of each direction, you can go right into forward and back. Same thing as the circles, you're going to do 30, and then you can do side to side, you'll do 30. This is a simple exercise that we're just going to have you do 2 sets of 30 repetitions of each. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit more intense range of motion. So this is going to use a cane or a broom handle or a crutch, something just to keep your hands together that's stiff. So the first one we're going to do is shoulder flexion. So that's going to be bringing the cane or pole up over your head. You're going to go nice and slow. Once you get to the top, you're going to let your arms relax, go as far as you can go, hang out there for a couple seconds, and then come back up. This is one you can do 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Once you are done that, you're going to go into external rotation. So while you're still laying on your back, you're going to put your hand on the end of the pole, whatever you're using, and you're going to rotate your shoulder back just until you feel a little bit of discomfort, not true pain. Same thing with the flexion. You're going to do 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions with about a 3 to 5 second hold at the end. Okay, now to continue with more of the cane exercises, this time we're going to use a crutch instead of the pole, just to give you a different look of what it could look like. We're going to do a bunch of different rotations and motions with this standing. First, we're going to start off with abduction, so going up to the side. This one, you're going to go to the point until you feel a stretch in your shoulder. Once you get to that point, you're going to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds. And you're going to do it for 2 sets of 10. Once you are completed with them, we're going to go into extension. So now we're going to work on going back. Same thing as going out to the side. You're going to do 2 sets of 10 with a 3 to 5 second hold when you get back to the point where you feel a stretch. Once you're done them, we're going to roll into shoulder flexion. So we're working going forward. This is just a different one of similar to what we did on the table. Same thing, you're going to do 2 sets of 10 for this with that 3 to 5 second hold up at the top. And then to finish off these standing cane exercises, we're going to work on internal rotation. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the cane, pull it to your back. Turn this one a little bit. And this one's going to be a little more difficult. You're just going to go up your back. Hold for a couple seconds at the top and go back down. As with all the exercises, you're going to do 2 sets of 10 repetitions with a 3 to 5 second hold up at the top. So all the stretching programs that we're going to do today, we're going to do for 2 to 3 sets of 30 seconds. The first one that we're going to start with is called the sleeper stretch. What it does, it's going to stretch your rotator cuff. So the way you're going to do it is you're going to lay on your side, the shoulder that you want to stretch. Normally your dominant arm is going to be laying under you. You're gonna have your elbow bent to 90 degrees. And then you're gonna use your other hand and you're just gonna put it on the back of your palm. And you're gonna slowly push your palm to the ground. And you're gonna hold it until you feel a nice stretch back in your shoulder, and you're gonna do it for 30 seconds 3 times. So the next one to work on internal rotation for that shoulder. At home, you're probably gonna be using a towel, not a stretch out cord. Pretty much very similar to the other one. You're gonna have your hand behind your back. You're going to pull with the hand on top until you feel a stretch in your shoulder. You're gonna do 30 seconds for 2 to 3 sets. So the next stretch is gonna be for the back of your shoulder. It's called the posterior capsule stretch. So what you're gonna do is you're going to have the arm you wanna stretch across your body. You're gonna use the opposite hand, put it right above your elbow, and you're gonna just pull until you feel a stretch. You'll feel it right here on the back of your shoulder. You're gonna hold it for 30 seconds and you're gonna do it 2 to 3 times. All right, so the next area for the shoulder that we wanna work on is the chest, so your pecs. The easiest way to stretch that out is called a doorway stretch. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a doorway at your house. You're going to put your hands up on the wall like this, and you're going to step your body forward until you feel a nice light stretch in your chest. So you should feel this stretch going right there. You're gonna hold that for 30 seconds 3 times. When you're doing this, you're gonna make sure your hands have a good grip on the wall so we don't fall. So the second way to stretch out that pec, and this is gonna be more your bicep as well, you're gonna put your hand on the wall, exactly how our patient does here, and you're going to rotate out. You're gonna feel a stretch in the front of your chest as well as going along your bicep. As with all of our other stretches, it's gonna be a 30-second hold for 2 to 3 sets. So the first ones that we're gonna do is called isometric exercises. What that's gonna do is it's going to strengthen your muscles without going through any range of motion in your shoulder. So the first one we're going to do is shoulder flexion. So that's gonna be this motion. So this one, you're gonna be close to a wall. You're going to have your body a couple inches away. You're gonna have your hand against the wall, and you're just going to push into the wall, and you're gonna hold for about 5 to 10 seconds. This is gonna be an exercise where you're gonna do a lower number, so you might only do 10 of these, but with a longer hold. All right, so this is gonna be for abduction, so going out to the side. You're gonna be standing next to the wall, and you're just going to be pushing your arm into the wall without your motion going anywhere. Same thing as the other one, you're going to go for a 5 to 10 second hold, and you're gonna do it about 10 times. You go into extension, so going backwards. So this one, you're going to stand against the wall with your back. You're gonna face away from it. Same thing, you're gonna push your palm into the wall for a 5 to 10 second hold, and you're gonna do it 10 times. Exercises is going to be internal and external rotation for the isometrics. So you're going to have your elbow bent to 90 degrees, your elbow against your side, and you're just going to rotate into the wall. You're gonna hold for 5 to 10 seconds. You're gonna do this 10 times. Once you're completed that set, you are going to do internal rotation. So you have to change a little bit. Same concept, elbow close to 90 degrees, and you're going to try to internally rotate your shoulder into the wall, obviously without having any motion. The last one for this series is going to be adduction, so going to your body. So you don't need a wall for this one, but you're just going to push into your side, a 5 to 10 second hold, and you're going to do it 10 times. Now we're going to work on, they're called scapular retraction. So what you're going to do is you're going to focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together, just like this. You're going to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then you're going to relax. And you're going to do it for 3 sets of 10. This motion is going to be the core for all of the other strengthening exercises that we're going to do. So prior to doing anything else, you're going to pinch your shoulder blades back and then do the exercise. All right, so getting into some band exercises. This is a TheraBand that you can use from your athletic trainer at your high school. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with your elbows to your side. You're going to hold the band, and this is called a bilateral external rotation. So you're going to rotate your shoulders both at the same time. While you're doing this, you want to make sure you're pinching your shoulder blades back first. You're going to hold for a second or two, and let your hands go back together. All right, so we're going to do 3 band exercises all in sequence with each other. So for this one, you're going to have the band in both hands, and you're going to stand with either foot on the band in the middle. So the first one we're going to do today is shoulder flexion with the band for resistance. So all that's going to be is just going forward. I want to make sure you're pinching those shoulder blades together. Go nice and slow. Once you're done 3 sets of 10 of shoulder flexion, we're going to do abduction, so going out to the side. So this one, same thing. You only have to go about shoulder height. You don't have to go much higher. Keeping your shoulder blades pinched the whole time. And you're going to do 3 sets of 10. The next one you're going to do is going to be a little more difficult. It's called empty can. It's going to help strengthen one of your rotator cuff muscles, where you're going to go at about a 45-degree angle with your thumbs down. So our patient here is doing a great job of this. Keep on making sure you're keeping those shoulder blades pinched back. And you're going to do 3 sets of 10 of all 3 of these exercises. Okay, we're starting to wrap up with the band here. We're going to work on some rows to strengthen your back. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep the band wrapped around the handle. You're going to have your arms out, and you're going to pull back and pinch your shoulder blades together. You're going to go nice and slow. If you would like to, you can hold it for a second or two in the back, and then relax. Making sure the primary focus here is going to be pinching the shoulder blades together. As with all the other strengthening exercises, you're going to do 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Okay, so now using the TheraBand, we're going to do some internal and external rotation. So what you're going to do is you're going to tie the band around a doorknob. If you don't have a doorknob like we do here, you can tie a knot and put it through the door. We'll show you that as well. You're going to start with your, come out a little bit, with your elbow at 90 degrees. You're going to start straight out, and you're just going to rotate into your belly button and then back out. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can take another step out, and that will add some resistance. For this one, like all the other band exercises that we're going to do and we have done, you're going to try to keep your shoulder blades pinched together the whole time. Once you are done that, now you're going to turn around and you're going to do external rotations, so rotating out. Go nice and slow. These exercises you're going to do 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Once again, making sure you're pinching those shoulder blades back the whole time. We're going to do our last exercise for the shoulder. These are going to be called Y's, T's, and I's. This is something you're going to be laying either on a table, you can do it on your bed, or you can go on the floor if you would like. So this is going to help strengthen up your shoulder blades just like many of our other exercises. So the first one we're going to do is T's. You're going to raise your arms out to the side like you're on a cross. Pinch your shoulder blades when you get to the top. Good, just nice and slow. And then next we're going to do Y's. So now you're going to go more at an angle. And then the last one is going to be I's. So you're going to go straight up. So these are 3 exercises you're going to do for 3 sets of 10. It is easy without any weights. If you don't have small dumbbells at home, this is one you can use a can of soup or something like that to add some resistance.